Once we have drawn a trend line or parallel channel correctly, it is extremely helpful in managing our position in terms of entry, profits, and risk management. And there will be four keys of discussion today. First is that how to identify a downtrend and uptrend line. And number two, from the simple classic trend line, we could parallel it. It became a parallel channel and how to do that. And number three is that we could confirm a change in trend using the trend line itself. And number four is how to manage our position with parallel channel. And my name is Kon Hao. My work in this channel, as always, is to study into the correlation between the markets and uncovering potential opportunities. And before we get started, please take some time to read into the disclaimer. And in today's tutorial, I'll be using natural gas for case study, and definitely you can use the same principles and apply these techniques that we're going to share later to other markets. And let's get started about how to just draw a simple uptrend and downtrend line. And there will be three case study here just to have enough repetition so that to make sure that you have kind of master what I'm going to share today. So this is case study number one in this uptrend, case study number two in this downtrend, and case study number three in this uptrend. And in the uptrend, first of all, we have to identify the trough. Then we can mirror this. It became a parallel channel. And in the downtrend, first is that we have to identify a classic downtrend line. Then we can mirror this and it became a parallel channel. Now let's get started with this uptrend since the beginning of this year in 2023. And with that, I'm going to get into the daily chart. Let me just get into the daily chart here. And this is what we're going to do. I'm going to squeeze in a little bit here. Now, how to draw a classic uptrend line or trend line is that there are two rules. First is that we have to identify at least three significant points. The more, the merrier, but at least three. Then we will align them together. And this is how we're going to do it to find out if this is a good classic uptrend line. And this what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to do a bit of alignment here. And I think very quickly, I'm quite satisfied with this uptrend line. We could see at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 align in perfection. And once I have this understanding, then I will try to mirror this to form a channel. And I will just leave it here for the time being. We'll come back to this again. And let's go back to case study number two, that maybe what I should do is that I will switch back to the weekly chart here and make sure that I miss out nothing, that I want to see the highest point. And this what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to construct a downtrend line. And first I start with this point and then I join the rest together and to see if this is good. And what I'm going to do is that I'm going to mirror this, clone, and mirror this. And I'm seeing some reading here that now I want you to see this is that first we draw this downtrend line with at least three significant points. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 significant peaks. Then we try to mirror this. So we will only know if this is a classic downtrend line. And there's a reason why we're looking for a classic downtrend line, which is the next point, which I'm going to mention shortly. That when we mirror this, how would you know that this is good? Is that when we mirror this, we could see the dynamic of it is that it is also behaving so in sync with this downtrend line. And we know that this channel is good. Point number three is that how do we know that there's a change in trend? This is how it works is that, let me just go back to this first slide here, is that first we have drawn this classic downtrend line. And along this timeline, you have broke above this downtrend line that we saw. And this is what I mean here, broke above. And I would say that from this juncture onwards on the somewhere around June this year, in fact, the natural gas is trending along this uptrend line. Now let's go back to case study number 3, where we're going to study, I'm going to squeeze down a little bit here, and we're going to find out when was a breaking point for this downtrend line. And first we construct this uptrend line where we look at the lowest point here, and we're going to maybe extend this a little bit. And we could do adjustment. Remember the 2 rules. First, we have to find at least 3 significant trough, then we align them together. Yeah, so we try our best to align them. And I think I'm quite satisfied with this alignment. 1, almost touching. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's at least 4 significant trough. And I will try to parallel this. And this one I'm going to do. Going to clone this, parallel this, and going to squeeze them together. Okay, let me try to do this. And I'm going to extend this. And I'm going to make some adjustment. Okay, so now these are considered significant peaks as well. Can you see the relationship once you have a classic uptrend line? When you mirror it, it is very reactive. Can you see that? So this is a classic uptrend line, and this is a classic and a perfect channel. So once you have a channel, which I'm going to demonstrate to you how to use that to trade. Point number 4 here is that we will learn how to position for entry, the profits, and how to manage our risk and know its volatility. Now let me just get to the point here about volatility. Is that in this channel we could see that the volatility was great. This volatility is slightly narrower, so the volatility is not that much, and now we are into a least volatility for natural gas. So this is about volatility. Now let me just explain about using channel for getting into the position, profit, and risk management. Let me just go back to this daily chart, and I'm going to go back to daily chart with all this trend line being drawn, as we could see here. Now along the timeline, we got to make adjustment on this trend line, but I just place it here. But I'm seeing that since this is a classic uptrend line, and I'm seeing that perhaps the support is really near about here. And I'm getting ready to get into a position for the natural gas, because what happened here is that I think I'll miss out one point earlier, is that early on this point, how do I know that it broke this uptrend is because of this uptrend line. You've broke below this uptrend line very convincingly. And from here, I know that this period, the natural gas has been traveling down a downtrend. But moving forward somewhere in June, we saw that the natural gas have broke above this classic downtrend line. And June onwards, my position for natural gas is that I'm holding a view of buying on dips. And I think the opportunities nearby. And how do I get into profit taking? Now, along the timeline, I may make some adjustment here and there. Yeah, you can use that. Just have fun with this. And this is how I look at the natural gas. And since natural gas has broken above this downtrend line, where we're seeing here, and I believe there's a change in trend, though it may appear under pressure at this moment. I've shared on its fundamental just a few weeks ago. I've included its link in my description. Look out for it. The market are always telling us on their next move. Join us in our weekly case study and discussion. Click on my profile icon to find out more. Feel free to leave any comments below. I love to exchange ideas with you. Really happy that you stayed through this tutorial. You have many great trading weeks ahead.